Drag with Remedy. Ballyhoo and welcome. The Passion Project continues. My name is Remedy Robinson, and this is an appreciation. It's an exploration of linguistics, language, and how to make history a moving target, as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern-day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with Night Rally from the original UK release of this year's model, released in 1978, and then again from the compilation cassette Taking Liberties, released in the US in 1980. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello. In a modern world where it's difficult to fathom such matching, swapping, and trading of particular songs, we should just be thankful that this little doomsday time capsule has now found its way to all shores, shoulders, and ears. It's a history lesson that also provides a chilling glimpse into the future, if only we don't listen. I would send out for assistance, but there's someone on the signal wire, and the corporation logo is flashing on and off in the sky. They're putting all your names in the forbidden book. I know what they're doing, but I don't want to look. What starts with a line that finds no rhyming pair, then uses the slant rhyme of wire and sky, takes on an AABB structure as it rounds out the verse with the solid end rhyme of book and look. These words have been set down in such a way that suggests science fiction is blending with ugly truths. It would be easy, and probably a little misguided, to assign specific meanings to each of the allusions embedded in this woeful piece. Instead, it seems logical to rely on our own internal definition of what a corporation logo represents in a society, and what exactly a forbidden book is. The effect is a holistic experience that serves as the rightful castigation of nationalism and other right-wing extremism. You think they're so dumb. You think they're so funny. Wait until they've got you running to the night rally. I once thought of this chorus as a dystopian view of the world until I realized how rather short-sighted I'd been. You don't have to be political to notice the dull echo of atrocity that reverberates throughout. To quote another barn burner of Mr. Costello's, history repeats the old conceits. The glib replies the same defeats. Everybody's singing with their hand on their heart about deeds done in the darkest hours. That's just the sort of catchy little melody to get you singing in the showers. Some truths are remarkably universal and painfully personal. These lines are presented in such a way that captures the absurdity and the horror of how small gestures of patriotism can turn into acts that are far beyond rational comprehension. The double meaning found in the last line about singing in the showers is a thinly veiled, blinding example of the depth of depravity there is in the world. This is not merely history, it's an ever looming threat. Oh, I know that I'm ungrateful. I've got it lying on a plate, and I'm not buying my share of souvenirs. You can stand to attention. You can pray to your uncle. Only get that chicken out of here. Everyone gets armbands and 3D glasses somewhere in the back room And they're taking those night classes. Lying on a plate could be considered part of an idiom, or at least a busted idiom, as was one of Mr. Costello's early calling cards regarding something that is very easily given away, coupled with the straightforward word ungrateful, and the mind reels with its many implications. To the uninitiated, this verse could very easily seem as if it's been written within the last few years. A more apolitical person, such as myself, might not have seen any of the seemingly obvious correlations that are much more on the surface when viewed with a keener eye. As I go through this slow drag, however, it's obvious that all the warning signs have been there all along. I'd just not bother to be privy to it. Let it be said, however, that even in my ignorance, I know this piece was much more than mere young man's angst. You think they're so dumb? You think they're so funny? Wait until they've got you running to the night rally. Dig it. Again, this has been a slow drag with Night Rally from 1978's this year's model. I know I've hedged a bit on this piece, feeling uncomfortable to dive deeper into each of the meanings, and that's by design. There are so many important comments and points made throughout this piece on subjects that are far bigger than all of us. I'm just happy to present the fine-tuned words that lead us to a chance to really learn from the past. That being said, there is a summary of a comment thread I'd like to share with you. It was a comment that seems to place it all into its proper perspective without getting the details wrong, which I'm afraid to do. Written by a user named Thundercow, the true zeitgeist of Night Rally can be summed up thusly, and I quote, "It's about the dangers of nationalism peppered with images and references to Nazism. It's a masterpiece of wit and construction. The Forbidden Book is simply the records that fascist regimes always keep on their enemies. Wait until they've got you running to the night rally is the warning that you too might join them when they get big enough. The singing with the hand on the heart is how fascist regimes, or any regime, has their own propagandistic songs. The singing in the showers is a clever double meaning with reference to the showers in the Nazi extermination camps." Unquote. And that's it for today's slow drag, my friend. Thank you for listening. Another gem from this year's model you'll enjoy is Polishing My Precious China. It's a slow drag with Hand in Hand. There are only 2 episodes covered so far with material from this year's model. I wonder why that is. You can find me on social media in all the usual places. Just search for my name, Remedy Robinson, or the name of my podcast, Slow Drag with Remedy. You can visit slowdragwithremedy.com for companion blogs, important transcripts, and other useful information. And as always, thank you so much for helping to get the word out about this little passion project. Truly, it means the world. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow drag with Remedy.